The First Line of Defense by Robin Kalota. The lizard is just playing dead, Carl said, but to Ruth it looked limp and lifeless. The cat was batting it around the kitchen floor when it caught her eye. The little body pushed around like a curling stone, the cat's paw swishing left and right like a broom on a slick surface. Carl grabbed the bottom of an apothecary jar and a spatula, and Ruth grabbed the cat. He was good at this, and swooped up the lizard on the second try, Ruth yelling, "Is it dead? Is it dead?" Carl running out the front door, jar in hand. He tilted it and watched the lizard slide down, looking a lot like a canned sardine, then softly shook the container to get the body fully out, laying it carefully on the warm pebbles beneath the sago palm. He raced back inside, and they both stared through the window at the lizard, careful not to let it see them, just in case it should be startled, assuming it was still alive. Ruth thought to ask Carl again, but bit her tongue. Carl hates it when she doubts him. "What do you think?" she blurted out. Carl just shrugged his shoulders, and she thought how sinewy he looked as he stood there in his white t-shirt, tension showing in his arm muscles and in the veins on top of his calloused hands. He didn't used to be so buff, but she noticed him morphing over the last year, his body and attitude growing hard, dense, like the weights he lifted. Now his forehead has little purple lines that pop out whenever he gets annoyed with her, which is often. When she first accepted his offer to move in, she wondered at his sensitivity toward unwanted strays and lost souls, and figured that applied to her as well. But she learned there was a hierarchy of which lives he saved and which he didn't. Mostly things like bugs and spiders and creatures that crawl. It helped if they didn't ask to be saved or redeemed or forgiven, or ask questions. They stayed at the window just standing side by side, and Ruth, caught up in the moment of saving a life, put her arm around Carl's waist. But Carl moved and pushed her hand away, and she must have hyperventilated because she started to tremble, to choke up. I can play dead too, Ruth thought. Carl would say she wasn't playing dead at all. She was just freezing up like a deer in the headlights before contact occurred, the first line of defense. When she caught her breath and looked back up, Carl was gone, and the lizard was skithering away, the pebbles glistening in the sun where it had just been. "Let's name him Lucky," she said out loud, scanning the bushes to make sure nothing was lying in wait, wondering where she will go when it's her turn to flee, her life to save.